rain-free weekend we've had since June 1st. Wow. These have been scars. So guys, make the best of this weekend. Definitely. The nice weather stays with us. Not only are we staying dry, but we also get to climb our temperatures warmer than what we've had much of the week. You know, we had plenty of 40s and 50s as our high temperatures. This time around, we get to see both afternoons temperatures nearing 60 degrees. But we're also having the end of daylight saving time. So we are watching for earlier sunsets. But at the same time, if you're an early riser, you're having earlier sunrises. So you get to start the day earlier, brighter conditions earlier in the morning. And of course, fortunately with us, we're also looking at another mild afternoon for next week before the showers arrive Wednesday onward, tracking a dip in temperatures that should set us down to highs in the 40s and 50s. So we got to get ready. Buckle up. This is the scenario right now. A high pressure system, the same one that's been protecting us for a while now, starting to shift out into the east. So this is allowing for the wind to continue pushing in out of the southwest. It was pretty gusty yesterday. It won't be as well this afternoon. We're actually looking at winds diminishing. A frontal boundary is located over northern New England. Temperatures are still sitting out there in the 40s for Caribou, Maine, upper 40s for us in the Boston area, but with showers confined upon the northern area. So north of the mountains, we're not expecting to see rain across the southern parts of New England. And your temperatures this afternoon should be having that chance to rise to the upper 50s and the low 60s. 59 over Manchester, coming down into Plymouth, Taunton, Dartmouth, around 60 degrees, and wind that also comes in out of the southwest, but again, not gusting as high as it was yesterday. All right, what you are watching for are a lot more clouds on the second half of the day. They're overwhelming our skies, and you know, we're keeping it cooler throughout the evening hours, but our lows are coming down to around 40 degrees. This morning we woke up to temperatures in the 30s, so not nearly as cool. 44 in the Boston area. Remember, these clouds work like a cover, so it helps to stay on the milder side, and the wind is starting to shift out of the northwest tomorrow. So our mornings will continue on the chilly side. You might still net that sweater, that light jacket, but throughout the afternoon and especially tomorrow, we get to see brighter conditions. Just a long sleeve is needed. Other than that, you'll be enjoying a nice afternoon. Your temperatures tomorrow around the low 60s, upper 50s over the Merrimack Valley and up into Manchester. The only day is when we're expecting to see a few showers. It won't be completely overwhelming. We're not expecting to see significant rainfall amounts, and our jet stream, as it begins to dip back again, we're watching at a dip in temperatures after the passage of that Tuesday's cold front. So by Wednesday, we come down to the 50s after having Tuesday's highs in the 60s and then the upper 40s by our following weekend. Thursday, another opportunity for showers. Keep that in mind.
All right, Tanya, thank you so much.
Oh, I mean, even throughout the evening hours, while our temperatures cool off in a sense, they're still on the mild side because for this time of year, our normal lows actually should dip into the lower 40s, which is around 42 to be honest in the Boston area. And we're going to keep it in the upper 40s throughout the overnight. Your evening around 5 p.m., 56, 51 degrees at 7 p.m. But the clouds are winning that battle. If you compare today to tomorrow, it will be much brighter tomorrow out in the Cape as well. Your temperatures out there, they're not going to change a lot, but the wind direction is. So this afternoon, you've got the wind out of the southwest. What's keeping us tomorrow is the winds out of the northwest, despite of the fact that we are watching for brighter skies. And we are keeping it dry until Tuesday. That's the next shot for some showers, especially down towards the Cape. Wednesday, only in the morning hours. I got to say, throughout the afternoon, things are looking fine. And then Thursday, another chance of showers. Temperatures should be dipping right after the passage of that cold front Wednesday, and we're keeping it with highs in the low 50s to the upper 40s the following weekend.
All righty, Tanya, going to be a pretty nice weekend.
Yes, it will be. Jeff, good morning, my friends. Thank you so much for waking up with us. And the great news is that we are keeping dry conditions throughout the weekend, as well as warmer conditions. It's milder already this morning, 26 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time of the day. So that takes us to temperatures that are in the upper 40s around the southeast, 11 degrees warmer in Norwood, very close to it in Taunton. But look at the southeast. I mean, Martha's Vineyard, New Bedford, Barnstable, all of these areas watching for a significant rise compared to yesterday, taking us to 55 in Chatham, 52 in P-Town and Barnstable, upper 40s in the Boston area, and slightly cooler off into Worcester, out in Fitchburg, orange, all these areas, Gardner as well. Wind out of the west-southwest. All right, what happens here? We've got that high pressure system located just offshore. So as that brought us beautiful sunny skies yesterday, it keeps moving away and our clouds begin to roll through. Despite of it, our temperatures are still going to be reaching the upper 50s, but it might be feeling a couple degrees cooler, especially with the wind coming out of the west and then shifting its direction into the northwest tomorrow. So you're keeping the clouds around throughout the afternoon. That's keeping us mild again overnight, dipping to 44 in the Boston area, 42 in Fitchburg. This time, no 50s across the southeast as we're keeping it highs in the upper 50s tomorrow across Cape Cod and the islands, lower 60s for the Boston area, but brighter conditions. There will be some changes in the exclusive 10-day, and we're going over that coming up next.
Yes, Tanya, going to be a pretty nice weekend.
Yes, it will be. Jeff, good morning, my friends. Thank you so much for waking up with us. And the great news is that we are keeping dry conditions throughout the weekend, as well as warmer conditions. It's milder already this morning, 26 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time of the day. So that takes us to temperatures that are in the upper 40s around the southeast, 11 degrees warmer in Norwood, very close to it in Taunton. But look at the southeast. I mean, Martha's Vineyard, New Bedford, Barnstable, all of these areas watching for a significant rise compared to yesterday, taking us to 55 in Chatham, 52 in P-Town and Barnstable, upper 40s in the Boston area, and slightly cooler off into Worcester, out in Fitchburg, orange, all these areas, Gardner as well. Wind out of the west-southwest. All right, what happens here? We've got that high pressure system located just offshore. So as that brought us beautiful sunny skies yesterday, it keeps moving away and our clouds begin to roll through. Despite of it, our temperatures are still going to be reaching the upper 50s, but it might be feeling a couple degrees cooler, especially with the wind coming out of the west and then shifting its direction into the northwest tomorrow. So you're keeping the clouds around throughout the afternoon. That's keeping us mild again overnight, dipping to 44 in the Boston area, 42 in Fitchburg. This time, no 50s across the southeast as we're keeping it highs in the upper 50s tomorrow across Cape Cod and the islands, lower 60s for the Boston area, but brighter conditions. There will be some changes in the exclusive 10-day, and we're going over that coming up next. There. I mean, trends are into lower than normal temperatures, and I'm going to be showing you that ahead. I do want to start, though, with the beautiful weekend we're enjoying. I know many of you had so many plans throughout the last few weeks, and, you know, because we've been tracking showers almost each and every weekend, we're counting them, and this is the 6th week that we're having rain-free conditions on a weekend since June 1st. So imagine that. I mean, it has been scarce out there. So when we look at a beautiful weekend such as this one, I hope you make the best of it. We are tracking some showers coming back Monday night into Tuesday, and that's going to bring a cold front that's going to dip our temperatures back to the 40s by the end of next week. So coffee weather again. All right, in northern New England, only a few showers. This is actually a cold front sitting up into the northern areas right along the Canadian border. Out in western New England, we're tracking a bit more clouds. See, this is a high pressure system that was practically protecting us in a sense yesterday. It has been allowing for that wind flow to come out of the southwest, and that's been warming us up. That brought us temperatures in the upper 50s yesterday, and we're tracking a bit more of those today, actually getting closer to 60 among the warmest of the spots. But as we anticipate to see that high pressure system weakening and pushing away from us, it's allowing for more clouds to roll in. Same thing with that frontal boundary we have just north of us. Tomorrow should be another brighter day, though. A bright one, a beautiful one, a milder one, too. We're actually tracking temperatures reaching upper 50s and lower 60s. Wind pushing out of the northwest and on a lighter side. Yesterday was pretty gusty. We're not expecting to see that today nor tomorrow. All right, the wind is, however, shifting out of the northwest. And then as we go through Monday, it all just comes up to winds out of the south. We're tracking our frontal boundary. That's pushing in a few showers. These are expanding from Vermont down to Connecticut, central Massachusetts, Worcester County likely looking at a few showers Monday night into Tuesday. And then, of of course, towards Cape Colony Islands, not escaping the chance of rain. A few showers up in there, although we're expecting to see accumulating rainfall amounts up to 1/4 of an inch at most, and not a lot. Here's the snow I'm talking about. That's Thursday morning primarily. So from Wednesday night into early Thursday, we see that snow pushing over the Green and White Mountains. We get to only stick to rain here in southern New England since Tuesday is actually going to be a pretty warm one. On our trend towards Thursday, that's when we anticipate to see some changes and possibly dipping our temperatures back to the 50s. Regardless, the chance of snow is not really truly there yet. The chance of total rainfall amounts still below 1/10 of an inch. And all right, our normals for this time of year should be around 57 by mid-November. That comes down to the lower 50s. We are going to be on a trend, and I'll be showing you that coming up next. But I do want to show you the exclusive.
Tania, a warmer start to the day, relatively speaking.
Oh, yes. I mean, let's compare it to Wednesday, Thursday morning. Those temperatures were down to the 20s and 30s. So getting close to 50 degrees is not bad at all. We're reaching 55 in Chatham, 47 in Boston. Normal for this time of year. When we speak about the temperatures coming down overnight is around 42 and waking up with 47. Hey, guys, it's great. Out there in western New England, Fitchburg and Worcester from 41 to 53, Concord 40 degrees. Not a big difference there. We are tracking a frontal boundary north of us that's restricted along the Canadian border, bringing a few showers out there into the Crown of Maine for us in southern New England. Only clouds increasing. A high pressure system was still in control yesterday, but it's shifting out, getting away from us. And as we expect to go throughout the afternoon, we'll be watching for more clouds taking throughout the day. Our skies will be growing in clouds. Wind continues out of the southwest, and our temperatures, despite of the clouds, still get a chance to warm up to the upper 50s and the low 60s. A view outside is difficult to depict. It's still pretty dark out there. Our sunrise today takes place at 7:21, but tomorrow, hey, we've got an earlier sunrise, 6:22. Don't forget to switch those clocks. We fall back an hour tonight into tomorrow morning. We're going to be talking more about the changes we're expecting to see, the chance of rain, the exclusive 10-day, and the dip in temperatures that bring us back to the 40s next week.
All right.
Dry conditions, Steph. We're finally looking at temperatures that also near the 60s one more time. But at the same time, we're also looking at the end of daylight saving time. So enjoy this last sunset, in which, of course, it is at a later time, taking place at 5:32 tomorrow. That goes down to 4:32, excuse me. And then, of course, the showers also make their way back to New England. They had to at some point, right? But we are watching some showers from Monday night into Tuesday. They're not bringing significant rainfall amounts. These are going to stay below 1/4 of an inch and possibly even below 1/10 of an inch. So things are looking good for us. This is a high pressure system that was in control yesterday. It's still influencing that wind direction, but now northern New England is exposed to this frontal boundary, dipping south into Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. It's producing a few showers up there for them. Temperatures are staying cool out there as well. As you can see, those showers are expanding all the way into parts of the Ohio River Valley, while we're exposed to partial sunshine into the afternoon. Cloudy skies take over on the second half of the day. Wind remains out of the southwest, but we still get a chance to rise to the upper 50s and the low 60s. This is above average for this time of year. Normally, we should be in the 50s, so reaching 60 is already one of those benchmarks. And all right, of course, as we look into tonight towards tomorrow, we keep the cloudy skies tonight into early morning Sunday, but throughout the day tomorrow, things should be improving for you. Temperatures tonight dip to 40 in Natick, 44 in the Boston area, the low 40s all the way to the northwest, north of the Merrimack Valley, the Monadnock region, and upper 40s across the southeast towards Nantucket. So your morning's going to be somewhat cool. You might still need that sweater and the light jacket, but throughout the afternoon tomorrow, sunrise, and of course, the beautiful sunny skies with only temperatures that stay in the upper 50s among the coolest of the spots. So maybe a long sleeve is not going to be a bad idea tomorrow. Upper 50s in Manchester, Rochester, you come down towards Dartmouth and Taunton, and you notice a difference. Temperatures here will be getting a chance to rise to the lower 60s. So not a big difference temperature-wise throughout the weekend today versus tomorrow, except for that sunset time at 5:34 I mentioned, coming down to 4:32, but mostly sunny throughout the afternoon tomorrow, so it won't be bad. All right, I do want to show you the changes that we're watching for Tuesday. This is a frontal boundary I just mentioned that's bringing rain across western New England, and that starts Monday night, continues into Tuesday morning, coming down towards the Cape and Islands. Bristol, Plymouth County exposed to a few showers, but rainfall amounts will be limited. So it's actually not that bad. It's a mostly dry Tuesday considering the chance of rain. But as we look into Thursday, this is the snow that we're expecting to see up into the Green and White Mountains, extending all the way to Canada. For us in southern New England, it will be mostly rain. Temperatures should stay around 50 degrees, so it's not a significant difference there. Take a look at the drop. Anything, guys, it's going to be amazing. We've got great weather ahead, dry conditions, an overall dry weekend. There's no pick. Both days are great. If you're looking to get more sunshine, though, tomorrow's likely going to be that better day. Temperatures still get to reach upper 50s and 60 this afternoon. On the second half of the day, the clouds will take over. So by the evening hours, you'll notice temperatures will also begin to drop. Lower 50s by 7 p.m., 9 p.m., upper 40s. The cloudy skies continuing tonight. We drop to about 44 degrees, so not too bad. That's in the Boston area. We've got slightly cooler conditions out in the west. But down towards the Cape, what's going on there? Growing clouds as well. Your temperatures stay around 58. Tomorrow, you don't see a significant difference, with the only exception that this afternoon, the wind is out of the southwest. Tomorrow afternoon, what's keeping us there in the upper 50s is that the wind is mostly out of the northwest. And with that northwest wind, your wind gusts may be reaching up to 10-15 miles per hour. But we keep it dry, and that continues into Monday. Let's talk about Tuesday. Tuesday's a chance of rain, especially down towards the Cape and Islands. Wednesday, mostly in the morning hours, a few clouds will continue. It's a passage of a cold front that's going to dip our temperatures. Also bringing showers again on with an average, I have to say.
Interesting.
So,
I guess fitting with the rest of this summer.
exactly. It's just been off.
Although it's so great not to have rain this weekend. It's going to be 2 dry days.
60-degree days, we'll take it. We'll enjoy it. We'll make sure you make the best of it.
Definitely. All right, we're back.
Tracking a bit more of it is spreading this time into parts of New Hampshire and up into Maine, but we'll keep that going. For now, let's just enjoy this beautiful and mild weekend. A stellar one. When you look at highs that are nearing 60 degrees, it's a good one, especially when you talk about dry conditions continuing for us into tomorrow and partially Monday. The showers do make their way back again, though, Monday night into Tuesday. And after that, guess what? A cold front's going to take care of dipping us back to the 40s. Well, 50s in the Boston area, but 40s out into the west, and especially when you look at the exclusive 10-day at the end of it, temperatures are trending a lot cooler. I do want to show you this frontal boundary that's staying off into northern New England. It'll slowly dive its way south. That takes place mostly overnight into tomorrow morning, and what it's going to do is bringing more clouds for us. As that high-pressure system is starting to abandon us, getting away from us, we're tracking our frontal boundary staying north of us, producing a few showers out them. Not for us. We're keeping it dry, but there will be a lot more clouds. And take a look at our highs. We still get a chance to rise to those upper 50s, 40s overnight, pretty mild because of the cloud coverage. And then tomorrow afternoon, as it makes its way into the area, dipping south throughout the day, that cold front is going to keep our temperatures mostly in the upper 50s in Lawrence and Manchester, and 60s over the Boston area. So, hey, we still get a chance to rise one more time, and keeping that wind out of the northwest. We're not expecting strong wind gusts, so it's pretty light, pretty comfortable for you. All right, this is your Sunday. Conditions are mostly clear, especially here in southern New England. You look at Monday, quiet until we get to Monday night. Monday night, we start to track those showers spreading from Quebec down to Connecticut, and it makes its way into the southeast. Tuesday morning, we track that chance of rain over the Cape, over the islands. Northern New England also sticking around with rain because Tuesday's pretty mild, by the way. But let's hop into Thursday. Wednesday night into Thursday, we developed this low pressure system that's going to bring the chance of snow out there for northern New England. Rain for the south, though. If you accumulate the rainfall we're getting Tuesday into Wednesday, there's not a lot, maybe 1/10 of an inch. Normal for this time of year. Our highs should be in the upper 50s by November 1st. Let's hop into November 15. Temperatures trend to the lower 50s. But by that time, it's very likely that we trend with temperatures mostly in the upper 40s to the lower lower 50s, slightly below average for this time of year for much of southern New England, and colder than normal out in parts of Maine. So in the exclusive 10-day, you're watching temperatures being the warmest on Tuesday, slow but steady. Well, my friends, it's going to be a great one. See, we do anticipate to see cloud coverage throughout the second half of the day. They're already actually merging into the area. If you take a live look outside your window, temperatures are still in the upper 40s, getting closer to 55 over Hyannis, but a high of 59 across the Cape and Islands, looking for 60 in Martha's Vineyard, Boston, Dartmouth in the low 60s and upper 50s up into the Merrimack Valley. So this evening, you're looking at temperatures that begin to trend down again. Along with the cloud coverage, we're not going to be dipping into the upper 30s this time. We actually get to hang on to temperatures mostly in the mid 40s. And if you head down towards the Cape today and tomorrow, not a big difference in your temperatures, but it will be brighter tomorrow. The wind mostly out of the northwest. The difference is that this afternoon our winds are mostly out of the southwest. We keep it dry. That's throughout all of southern New England with the exception of Tuesday. We just spoke about that system that may bring us just a few showers. Wednesday, maybe a bit more. Thursday, Friday, unsettled, but it won't be a complete wash.
Tania, 2 dry days this weekend.
2 dry days, and we celebrate it. We want to make the best of it. Our following weekend, guys, is going to be much cooler. We're going to have highs in the 50s and 40s. So just compared to this morning already, 23 degrees milder in Barnstable. We're 17 degrees warmer in Taunton and 8 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time of the day over the Boston area. So that takes us to 48 in Boston, 54 in Chatham, mid 40s across Lawrence, Rochester with low 40s in Concord, and well, one of the coolest areas, no surprises, up into Keene with 33 degrees right now. Don't worry, you will also be warming up. The wind is out of the west southwest this morning. We keep it calm, nothing compared to those wind gusts yesterday, but as we're enjoying some sunshine, clouds will be overtaking the second half of the afternoon, and they'll stick around throughout the evening. I gotta say, we'll be lasting those clouds through tomorrow morning, so your temperatures may also be influenced by it, and they'll be feeling more like the upper 50s rather than the 60s that you'll be having in a few areas. Tonight, we'll be dipping our temperatures around 46 by 11 p.m. The lowest will drop around 44. The clouds, here you go, take over, but we're not anticipating any rain, so we keep it dry, and here is our low temperatures over the Lynn area, 44, 45 in Boston, upper 30s in Taunton. Okay, we've got some 30s here, and same thing over the Jaffrey area, coming down towards cooler conditions. Now, tomorrow afternoon is going to be another great one. I gotta say, if you're looking for more sunshine, try to grab some vitamin D. That should be your Sunday afternoon. Plenty of sun, temperatures similar to this afternoon with highs in the lower 60s, and we're going over the forecast to talk about the next chance of showers coming up next. Stay with us.
All right, and Tania, 2 dry days this weekend.
2 dry days, and we celebrate it. We want to make the best of it. Our following weekend, guys, is going to be much cooler. We're going to have highs in the 50s and 40s. So just compared to this morning already, 23 degrees milder in Barnstable. We're 17 degrees warmer in Taunton and 8 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time of the day over the Boston area. So that takes us to 48 in Boston, 54 in Chatham, mid 40s across Lawrence, Rochester with low 40s in Concord, and well, one of the coolest areas, no surprises, up into Keene with 33 degrees right now. Don't worry, you will also be warming up. The wind is out of the west southwest this morning. We keep it calm, nothing compared to those wind gusts yesterday, but as we're enjoying some sunshine, clouds will be overtaking the second half of the afternoon, and they'll stick around throughout the evening. I gotta say, we'll be lasting those clouds through tomorrow morning, so your temperatures may also be influenced by it, and they'll be feeling more like the upper 50s rather than the 60s that you'll be having in a few areas. Tonight, we'll be dipping our temperatures around 46 by 11 p.m. The lowest will drop around 44. The clouds, here you go, take over, but we're not anticipating any rain, so we keep it dry, and here is our low temperatures over the Lynn area, 44, 45 in Boston, upper 30s in Taunton. Okay, we've got some 30s here, and same thing over the Jaffrey area, coming down towards cooler conditions. Now, tomorrow afternoon is going to be another great one. I gotta say, if you're looking for more sunshine, try to grab some vitamin D. That should be your Sunday afternoon. Plenty of sun, temperatures similar to this afternoon with highs in the lower 60s, and we're going over the forecast to talk about the next chance of showers coming up next. Stay with us.
All right.
Chilly.
Yes, very.
Very cold. We came down to the 20s and 30s. We hadn't seen that since back in March and April. We go back then. But this weekend, my friends, we are lovely. I mean, we are enjoying temperatures around 60 degrees. We're watching for mostly dry conditions, period. But it also is the end of daylight saving time, so that's changing our clocks and, of course, our sunset times, which come in earlier sunrises as well. Well, you know, with this shift, Jeff, we're not complaining.
No complaint.
Showers do return, my friends, early next week. We're looking at the chance of rain Monday night into Tuesday. That's going to keep us with somewhat unsettled pattern next week. We're going to talk about that because it also dips our temperatures. But meanwhile, what happens? We've got this high pressure system just offshore. It's bringing that southwest flow for us. So that wind definitely helps us warm up. The high pressure system sitting just towards the south is bringing all of the warmth crossing the southern states, reaching New England. Just north of us, though, we've got the passage of this cold front. This is going to take care of dropping our temperatures slightly overnight across northern New England. It's going to dip into southern New England tomorrow morning. And the only effect that we get to see this afternoon is the increase in cloud coverage. So there's going to be limited sun, but these clouds are in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. It will still be bright, but you'll be watching for temperatures around 58 to 60 degrees from Lawrence to Boston, upper 50s all the way to Nantucket and over the islands. Now, I do want to show you the cloud coverage that increases tonight. So that's going to keep us with lows around 45 in the Boston area, 42 over Fitchburg. Temperatures that should still require for us to be wearing a light jacket, a light sweater, but tomorrow afternoon should be nice and comfortable, especially with more sunshine. And maybe a long sleeve will keep you a bit more comfy. Of course, temperatures are still going to remain in the upper 50s and low 60s, so not a big difference from what you'll see this afternoon. The difference here is that we're watching for that earlier sunset, right? This afternoon, you're having sunset around 5:32, and then tomorrow we get to see it at 4:32. Same thing with our sunrise. This afternoon, it's after 7, and tomorrow we're looking at it coming in after 6. Okay. These are the showers we're tracking Tuesday. It stretches from Vermont, parts of New Hampshire, down to Connecticut. Also the Berkshires, who actually just had their recent first snow, 1st of November. Now we're dipping into showers. Temperatures will be too mild for us. We'll keep it as rain. But what happens Wednesday night into Thursday? Our temperatures begin to dip. And over the mountains, we're tracking a chance of snow from Vermont into New Hampshire and then stepping up into parts of Maine. And when the jet stream, which is just north of us today, is going to dip next week, we get to see the influence of the colder air dipping into New England too. So here's the effect. Temperatures drop. Temperatures are actually in the upper 50s to the low 60s for all of us throughout this afternoon, and we really don't change it to tomorrow. The only difference is the wind direction. This afternoon, it's out of the southwest, and you'll have a lot more cloud coverage. We're tracking a frontal boundary that's crossing the area tonight, so that's keeping us with cloudy skies and above average temperatures overnight, sitting close to around 45. Tomorrow afternoon, we rise to 59, 60 degrees at most, among the warmest of the spots, and mostly sunny skies. It'll be amazing. But the next time that we see temperatures as low as the 30s is going to be Monday morning. We're tracking about 35 to 36 from Lowell into Natick, 40 in the Boston area, low 40s in Hyannis, Nantucket, mid to upper 30s from Manchester to Framingham. And the wind out of the northwest is going to continue keeping it cooler. The passage of a cold front Monday is also going to be influencing our temperatures in the low 50s from Lowell to Boston, 55 over the Plymouth area. Chance of rain also increasing Monday night into Tuesday. And the dip of the jet stream that's at the moment still just north of us is actually going to be influencing our temperatures as well. So with the passage of that cold front, we're tracking temperatures coming down to around 50 degrees